just that again. No, of course not. Give me 1 minute, guys. Just give me a minute here, guys. Having a little bit of a technical problem here with my headset. I will need probably just 1 minute.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
3, 2,
2,
1.
1.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Knights of Teleria podcast. Thank you all for joining us on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Wishing you all the best out there in your Raid Shadow Legends game. Hopefully you guys aren't getting too stressful, if you're pushing Plat Arena, or getting a little upset about maybe skipping this fusion for the Leo event coming up. That said, we got a lot of things to talk about today. We're going to talk about the new fusion who apparently was pointed out to me. If you say her name 3 times in the mirror, you might get some sketchy things coming up. We're going to talk about...
That was good.
We're going to talk about Live Arena, Classic Arena last week. Platinum Push really got a real big push out of it, it seems like. A lot of players pushed for it. We got a couple of other things to discuss. But before we get off, let me introduce all of my co-hosts for today's podcast. In the top little red box, representing the free-to-play content creator community, Mr. Final Campachi. Ken, what is going on, brother? How are you?
Doing good. Final back to the running again. Last 1 week, my leg and the feet was... I don't know what happened, but I think I pushed myself hard. I was walking like a penguin. You guys know the TV show, Penguin? I was walking like that the entire 1 week. But thankfully, I feel a little bit better. So I did like quick 10K this morning. Next week, guys, next Sunday, unfortunately, probably, I'm not sure. Because I'm going to run 21 kilometers next Sunday. So if I feel good, I will be on the podcast. Hopefully can show you guys my medal. So wish me luck, everybody. Hopefully you guys doing good as well. Good to be there with you.
Awesome. Do you do any prep work for when you go out there to do this, marathon that
Running.
I would never dare to do?
I mean, bro, like I just saw like ad on the street. It's saying like, do you want to run? I'm like, sure. This is how I started like a month ago. Like, okay. Then I'm like, how hard to be running? I'm like, I'm walking. I can walk very long distance, 20 kilometers. I'm like, I can walk that. Dude, running is totally different scenario. Like, even you are running very slow, it's really hurting your body. So I start running like 5 minutes, Okay. Then I made it 10 minutes, then 30 minutes, and 10 kilometers. 30 minutes like 5 kilometers. 10 kilometers, 1 hour. I did 15 kilometers, and after that, I become a penguin, in the half marathon, which is going to be next Sunday, 21 kilometers. Try to run first time. So marathon is 42, half marathon 21. So thank you. It's quite a fun too. I really enjoying it. Yeah, it's fun.
I'm gonna show my ignorance here, being in the U.S. What is that in miles?
26 is full marathon. 26.2.
Damn.
So 26. Then it's a 13 miles. 30. Yeah.
Damn, 30 miles. My ass can't even go like 1 mile. And I literally walk like 10 miles a day because of my job. I'm in and out of my truck. All right, moving on to the guy that I'm so close to getting his name changed to Copium King. Mr. King Copium King, what's going on, brother? How are you?
What's going on, fellow knights? What's going on, chat? Hanging out, man. Excited to be on the pod today. Get into the nitty gritty and start talking about these fusions and events and all that good stuff as usual.
Awesome. Hey, Darn, thank you very much for the sub, brother. 19 months. Damn, I've been doing this for 19 months and you people still watch me? What is wrong with you? I guess maybe I'm doing something right. Moving to the Dab Master himself, all the way out of Texas, Mr. Zero Brew Zero. What's going on, bro? How are you?
Doing well. Just keeping up with the grind, trying to get my turtles excited about old Bloody Mary coming into the game. Went last night to see a Nate Bargatze show, so that was really good.
Ooh.
So apparently he's the highest paid touring comedian right now, but I think he's stopping the touring and going into TV right now. So this might have been one of
Okay.
his last shows, and we booked it last December. So it was like a 10-month deal in waiting, but it was fun. We had a good time.
That guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm actually on December on my wedding anniversary. We're gonna go see John Oliver. I've watched his like HBO Max show, but I haven't watched like his stand up comedy. I'm a huge fan of Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias. So I'm curious to see how he's going to compare to that, but I don't know. Moving up to the next person who decided to say, "Hey, you know what, guys? I love y'all, but I'm out of here last week. I'm gonna take my time away. I'm gonna enjoy some IRL, touch some real grass." Mr. MXPJ, PJ, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Yes, sadly missed last week, but we're here this week. Watching some baseball, UFC, and then lots of raid stuff. Sadly, it feels like 2 weeks is a long time for raid not being here to talk with you guys. So happy to be here again, and can't wait to discuss stuff with you guys.
Awesome.
So I heard you say he was touching grass. I heard hold the G and the R from that word.
Wow.
He was hanging out with the bridesmaids, man. Don't let him fool you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a good time.
I bet. Did you catch the bouquet?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So
Hear
then
about it all on Nights After Dark.
be ready, guys. After the stream is over, there's going to be a 30-minute episode for 18 plus, and we'll be discussing some other things there. Last but not least, the guy who came into the 21st century with fiber optic internet, who's no longer going to be. Oh wait, Mr. Gestel Gaming. Gestel, what's going on, bro? How are you?
Yes, it is true. Finally got the fiber optic. So hopefully the stream will never fail again. I've been having major issues the last couple of months, so I'm very excited about that. In Raid, I did hit gold twice this week. I got off the free prism. I hit gold and got Rio.
Nice.
Nice pull.
Not really. I had her, and I'd rather have gotten Shredder.
I'll take it off your hands.
And then I pulled this weekend, and I was fresh off of Mercy and hit gold again, and didn't get Shredder. I got Tunisia, so I plus 2'd my Marius. I have no more
Nice.
Tunisias, and I have a plus 2 Marius.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was hard to
talk
do it.
about
It's kind of
that.
hard to do because it's like I'm giving up, but like I don't have her anymore. It's kind of, and it's a
I love
void,
that
but
champion, man.
Marius is like first pick at Live Arena plus 2. Give me a break. I had to
I
do
don't
it.
think, man, my number one pick is Empress right now.
Dude, so many
A lot of people do it. A lot of dude, he's
I
so
understand
broken, man.
you getting
He's so
2.
broken.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you having 2 to like feed for Marius for sure, but man, it's got to be hard because I love
It was
Tunisia,
hard.
man. I think she's super
I do.
strong,
I love her,
so.
but I use her in PV, man, and like
Fair.
I can fill plenty of other shoes with her. You know, I love her kit though. I love her. It wasn't easy. It took me a good 30 minutes on the stream to do it. If you want to go back and watch it,
Okay.
wasn't that exciting, but.
All right, so we're gonna get in DK here real quick because we're gonna ask him a couple of things for this week. So DK, when you go ahead and join, I'll refix everything. But while we wait, let's talk a little bit about the Soulstone summon this week that we got for our boy Raf. Just a quick recap. Did you guys pull anything crazy, anything good on your Soulstones? Did you even go for Raf at all? Zero. What about you?
I need to drag him
went
in
all
here.
in on the Raphael situation, and we actually pulled for a couple of the members of the Brew Crew as well. And I had one of the most insane, perfect card flip situations where it was like I perfectly got the blues pinned, got that, and then I got my purple, and then cleared the purples, and then went back, got blues, and got. So I picked up like 4 or 5 or 6. I don't know. I had to go back and watch it on the card flip situation. But yeah, we did good. Who did we get? I got Bad El Khazar, my first one on my account, actually.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think of anything else. Nothing else too terribly crazy. But yeah, we got Raphael. That's all that matters. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
good go.
Mr. Pinkopium, what about yourself?
100%. I went for Raf. I got lucky. I think I did 160 mortals, like 22 immortals, and I lucked out on like 3 eternals, and I think I got it pretty well scraped up. Did like the last 3 or 4 cards with some dungeon grinding out, but got super lucky on my pulls too. It seemed like I pulled about 90 frags from Raft before I even hit something different. So I just got pretty lucky in my flips.
Nice, nice. Ken, what about yourself?
I go for Rafael because he's limited champion, you know. Also could be nice to use him with the Leonardo. We know Leonardo gonna be Garante. Hopefully no big surprise there from the Polarium side. And I opened like 35 Immortal, I believe, couple of Eternal, maybe 3 I think, and the 5th Immortal. Wasn't have any expectation to be honest, because this game is good to be failure. But I pulled the 6-star Ultimate Death Knight, 6-star Pauline. Both of them was 5-star. I don't know how to feel about it. I guess we take it. So that's it.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, let me do some moves here while we get everything going. Let's go to Mr. MXPJE. PJ, what about you? Did you pull anything good?
Yeah, kind of. So I did pull. That was, I guess, one thing that was hard being away was keeping up with the raid. Had to do it like on downtime and stuff. But I was able to pull when I got back. The best thing I got was a 4-star Titus Soul, but I've been hearing a lot of mixed things about it. Like some people are saying even like don't put it on, even though I'm getting crit damage, defense, and like the blessing part, but like the extra HP is still worse for his damage. So I don't know. I gotta talk to some other people, but yeah, I'm not sure what to do with it.
Okay, okay. Mr. Sorry, everything is all messed up here. Guess what about you, man?
Yeah, I definitely went for Raph.
yeah.
I was excited. He was the one I was most excited about. I remember when all of them came, when all the turtles were announced. He was kind of the one I was most excited about, at least like for Live Arena. With that A1, A1's ridiculous. So definitely went for him. I did not get a single good soul. I didn't get an upgrade. I got absolutely nothing from my pulls. I pulled 3 big boys. They were all epics. I pulled like 20 of the middle ones and like 150 of the little guys. And nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing.
All right.
It was miserable. It was miserable, bro. Give me an Embry. I have a naked Embry, bro. I get all like nervous putting my Embry out there without a freaking soul.
Let me ask.
Oh, I forgot.
Go ahead.
I forgot one thing. I did flip some cards for some other people, and I got Raph with 5 cards still unflipped, which I thought was like really lucky.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
That's impressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
That usually, usually doesn't happen. They usually want to get to, like, I think I got with 1 card not flipped. But yeah.
Yeah, it's usually down to like the last 1 or 2. So when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, that was insane.
All right. Looks like we're back here. And last but not least, DK, did you pull anything for the Raphael guaranteed?
Yes. I ended up winning the Shredder tournament that I was in by like a landslide. So I was like, you know what, screw it, might as well go for them all, get that mythical relic that's coming out. So I ended up pulling a bunch of my shit for Wrath and got some good souls. I'm not gonna lie, went from a 2-star horse to a 4-star.
Nice.
Pulled a dupe 5-star Toshiro soul, and then also a 5-star Chris, which Chris didn't have a soul, so big upgrade there.
Nice. Chat, what about you guys? Did you pull anything big? It seems like I saw a lot of 6-star Marius souls coming out, because I did pull one as well too, and it looks like everywhere I was looking was like, I pulled a 6-star Marius, I pulled a 6, hey, all great.
6 for Empress.
A 6-star Empress is nice. A 6-star Empress is nice. Sus pulled a 6-star Georgid. We got the Curse pulled a 5-star Toshiro, which is good. Now he can actually use them for Chimera. What's up?
I got a throwback for you. Some guys, people in chat might know, but Shitstorm is in my champion chase tournament.
For anybody that doesn't remember, he actually was on the podcast. Actually, I talked to him at least once or twice a week. He's now free to play though, so I think you'll be okay. I don't think you'll be worried about
Yeah, he's
that.
actually not winning. Someone that's 20, he's at 17,000, someone's at 21,000. So we'll see what
Damn.
happens. Yeah.
How many of you guys out there that have yourselves the Shredder are going for this Soulstone event? Personally, myself, I do have him. I stopped at the 100 of the pizza points because I'm allowed to skip 250, so I'm going to skip these 200. Hopefully that doesn't screw me up. That said, any of you guys out there that do have Shredder, are you going for this event, chat? Let me know. Did anybody here get Shredder? PJ, Gestel, any of you guys? No?
Negative.
King, do you have Shredder? No?
Nope. I ain't
So-
even mad at it.
DK, are you going to go for this?
I'm not gonna go for the soul just because he doesn't seem like he's a very niche champ, in my
Mhm.
opinion. But I don't see the point to go for the 5-star soul when later on down the road I'll probably pull it anyways.
Exactly. You know, that's kind of my thought is I'd rather save my resources for Leo and stuff like that rather than going for this. All right. So let's talk a little bit about Plat Arena and how the reset now is, I want to say, wonderful. I was actually excited. I think a couple of us was sitting in Discord last week. I was sitting in with King Copium, Morgan, and along with Armenian God, and we were all pushing Plat. Did you guys, any of you guys, partake in pushing Plat last week? Let's start off with DK first.
I did not push. One thing I noticed that I can get up to Plat, but I can't stay in Plat for long just because my gear is not there. So right now, that's what I've been focusing on, is trying to just get better gear, re-gear a bunch of champs, and try to stay up there.
Okay. Gessel, what about you, man? Did you push for Plat last week?
No, but I'm definitely going to start doing it more in the future. I love the new time slot. It's like perfect for me. So last week I just had too much going on last week, so I couldn't do it.
Okay. PJ, what about you?
No, I did not. I might start again. Like I said in the past, I went really hard and to push Plat to get the avatars, and I got the avatars, and that was like at not a good time. So maybe I'll start again with the better time.
Okay. Zero.
What's platinum?
Sitting next to the credit card.
Yeah, no, I haven't really cared before. In partly because the time slot was something to not necessarily care about. My thing now is just more time driven. Even though it's in a good time slot, even though we're doing the podcast or whatnot, but that's not an excuse.
Right.
But just like, I don't know, I like just burning through all my arena tokens, and I just leave my Bellower one-man defense in, and I'm constantly knocking myself down. So I constantly have easy fights, and they're fast and super easy. So
Okay.
I guess I need to train my brain to maybe change that and put actual real defense in, and then kind of push myself up in there. I don't know. We'll see.
So this week's going to be very, very interesting because we've got Hidden, not like last week. And it's the first time that we've got Hidden with this time slot. So I'm ready to see here what's going to happen. Can't see who attacked me or anything like that, which is kind of nice. Let's go to King. King, did you push? You did actually, so I know that.
Yeah,
But
I did.
how-
I mean, so I made it. I pushed into Plat. It was really close. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stay in there. I have unfortunate luck with getting meta champions after new meta champions exist. So I've never really got to be in deep into the meta. And when you get up into Plat, it's just Nels and Siegfrieds and Marishkas and Neves and +4 galore, and I just can't hang up there quite yet.
Gotcha. Ken, what about you? Did you push Plat?
I cannot push Plat anymore, man. It's my sleep time midnight, so after they changed the time, unfortunately, so need to be maybe take a break, or
Welcome to
if
the
I
other
drink too much
side.
coffee, maybe, so I pushed Platinum like 4 years, so GG's, I will also sleep better.
All right. Fair enough. That said, I think Plat last week was actually, like I said, a lot of fun for some of us out there that did push. I will say that the point spread was so freaking close, man. I was sitting at like 214th, and then all of a sudden, I went to try to stay in for my strategy and say, okay, you know, if I'm sticking around the 150, 200, I'm going to be safe. But the point threshold between the top 200 to the top 500 was literally 3-4 points. And all I had to do was like the guys that literally waited right at the end got pushed right in and I got kicked out. And I mean, I had a pretty solid push. It wasn't bad, but yeah, I think going forward, I might be changing my strategy to just wait until like the last 5 minutes. That said, let's talk a little bit about strategy when we're pushing for Plat Arena. Where do you guys stand with your strategies? Do you wait till the last 5-10 minutes, stay right outside, and then just kind of refresh to see what easy pages you're gonna get? Or are you one that is going to sit in like, some of the top 50 guys say, okay, we're going to fight for as high as we can get? Let's start off by DK first.
There's times when I'll try to just try to edge on the edge of gold and plat and then try to snipe in. But I always have the bad issue of continuing my fights.
Okay.
And I end up in plat and I'm like, well, no, I got to fight to stay in here.
Okay. PJ, what about you, man?
Yeah, so I haven't pushed Plat in a while, so I'm not sure if anything has changed or not. I haven't pushed with the blind or reset, but from when I push and what I remember, a lot of it is experience. So just doing it over and over. I did it. I was doing it like you said. I would kind of wait till the end and then push hard to like the last couple of minutes. But it's kind of like you have to kind of gauge when you want to start your push. If you go too early, then you're gonna get too high up, and then your defense is gonna get wrecked and get sent back down. So it's kind of finding that sweet spot of when to start your push versus when to not. It's hard. It's pretty competitive back then. So I'm sure now with the new time slots gonna be even more competitive. But yeah, I would say try to stay at the edge of plat, high end of gold 5, and then try to snipe at the very end.
Okay. Ken, what about you?
Whenever I was pushing platinum a couple of weeks ago. So here's the thing: if you don't trust your defense, if your defense is easily killed, I don't recommend you push the platinum earlier, because if you push the platinum earlier, you are going to be like top 300, 200, and every Kraken, when they refresh the page, they are going to see your juicy weak defense. And trust me, it's happened to me before. I checked my battle log. And almost every 1 second, there was a lose, like 10 of them. They kicked me so hard from platinum, like I'm like far away from the platinum. I couldn't even manage to go back. But if you keep close to the platinum before it's reset, so let's say like there is a last 5 minutes, I'm like 10 point away from the platinum and I keep this distance. Then I refresh my page before you hit the platinum. There is very high chance you can see the weak defense over there. Not super weak, of course, but not like platinum defense too, Then I'm checking the page. I can beat that. At least like 3-4 guarantee victory. Then last 5 minutes, depends your how fast your offense team, of course. Like that's also important. I attacking them, I'm beating them, hitting the platinum, then refresh, checking the team if there's anything I can beat. Repeat, refresh, and yeah, it's helped me to finish like even like top 100 with this tactic, with my no empowerment team at all, so.
Yeah, refreshing
I'm
is
still writing
big.
stuff down, dude.
You're gonna use a lot of gems because if you lose, losing is like it's so bad. If you lose an offense, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah.
Every single point is super important on the platinum.
Yeah, so you gotta be really picky when you're taking your offenses. So yeah, just refreshing until you can beat something.
Right. Gesso, what about you, man?
Yeah, pretty much what Kimpaji said is exactly how I did it. I haven't run in a while, but I would like the last 10, I would say last 8 minutes, I would start, like, I would try to be right on the cusp of golden plat. And then, like with about, yeah, I'd say about 8 minutes ago, I'd start hitting a little bit just to kind of get into plat. And then at 5 minutes, I would just go nonstop. Ton of refreshing, a lot of gems, unfortunately. But yeah, you find that one or two fights that you can't, like they said, you cannot lose. So you find that one or two fight that you're pretty confident in, and just take that. Always take a team that you're very comfortable with running quickly.
Mhm.
Like you know what their abilities are, where they're going to be, like that kind of stuff, I guess. But yeah, it's been years, so I kind of looking forward to the new time slot. And seeing you play right now with like the blind teams, it makes it more interesting. I'm liking that they're like classic arena to me has felt so dead. Like I feel like this is actually bringing it back a little bit, so it's kind of nice.
Right. Yeah. I really, really enjoyed pushing Plat last week, and I think it was a lot of fun. Especially with the new time change. I think that just changed so many things. Like the interaction last week was really, really high for a lot of the player base. Um, let's go to zero. Zero, if you were to push, man, what kind of strategy would you be looking? Would you try to stick in there, or are you looking to like stick right at the back?
Yeah. So what's platinum? No. Chew me
Okay.
up for twice. No, so again, I've only done it a few times, and I think everything y'all are saying is exactly the way to attack it. But I think the defensive side, like on my end, I always used to try to put like defenses in that could potentially be hard to beat, obviously, but also could win the fight. And I think that strategy is potentially changed, so I think that matters how you attack. So my understanding now is you put a defense that takes, if you are going to lose it, it takes the attacker a very long amount of time to beat you,
Right.
right? So things like death knights and other things of damage mitigation, and essentially you make it take them 2 minutes to beat you. So when you start your push and you get into platinum, people are skipping your defenses because it's going to take them too long to beat you. Is that still the plan?
Basically, so you could see here just from the teams that I'm fighting, it is very, very, the days of doing like a 10-second fight are gone. That doesn't happen anymore. Like most of the fights, especially last week when I was going in for it, were like a 2-minute fight. There's not a lot of just let's try to get it done real quick and easy, right? That those fights aren't there anymore. So yeah, I maybe chat could let us know if they had something different last week, but I feel like that's pretty much where we're gonna land no matter what. Uh, in that situation. That said, did I get everybody? I think I did, right? TJ,
Nope.
yeah, yep, we did. Okay.
No,
That said, I feel
you
like
didn't.
who did I miss?
Me.
Oh, well,
Oh,
King Copium or
okay.
Copium King?
No, it's fine. We'll move on.
can,
Okay,
okay.
it's all right.
What are you? Are you King Copium? Or are you Copium King?
King Copium till I die, man. You're gonna have
Okay.
to fix it, not me.
What about you? What was your thought process for pushing?
So basically, this was my very first time ever pushing Plat because, well, I have a job and a family, so staying up until 3 a.m. just don't really work for me. So I was pretty excited to get in there, and pretty much the things that I noticed are everything that these guys said. But what I tried to do was I was going to get in there and kind of try to build myself a cushion, hitting some gem refreshes, get as deep in as I could, and then try to sustain it. The major issue that I had was I was picking maybe fights instead of guaranteed fights. I should have just committed to spending the gems on refreshes, and
Mhm.
I was getting losses, which I think I only lost like one or two, but like they've said, I mean, it definitely, you feel that you can't have that if you're pushing plat. You need to go for guaranteed wins. So have some gems and be ready to refresh.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just looking here. I'm sitting at 97 at 4072, and you can see here 4028 at 432. Like the margin for error, or the margin for the points is very, very, very small. So, for myself, I think this week what I might do is just try to sit right outside of it and say, let's go. Just because, man, I know I have an okay account. I'm an okay, I guess, whale. We'll call it that way. But yeah, I don't know, man. Trying to compete with some of these guys, like the margin is so small, the point system is so small that it's just too much to try to stay in there and be competitive. And again, I think a lot of it has to do with Plarium putting out the time change and a lot more people being interested in it. Now I know I'm reading a lot of chat here, and they're saying, not interested in pushing it because of the of how much Krakens are out there and this and that. I mean, sometimes you can sneak in pretty lucky if, you just hang right on the outside, get those, because people still keep those one-man defenses in there. And some of those people will fly out. So I hope that this week we'll get some, we'll see a little more interaction. I've asked Plarium to see, hey, can you release some numbers to us and let us know how much more interaction you got? And they're like, right now we're still gathering the data. We don't have a lot, but we can tell you that the interaction has greatly increased last week over the past couple of years. So that's a big thing right there, right? When they're talking years as opposed to weeks. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on and what happens with Plat Arena Reset. Big shout out. I believe it was Panda that won last week. So big shout out to him for winning first place. I mean, hey, now it's fair game. I don't think anybody can be out there complaining that they can't push Plat because of the time zone, right? Yes. The account wise can definitely be a different thing, right? When people aren't spending, a household of money on an account. That said, I want to ask you guys, do you think there could be any other changes to Plat Arena Reset that would make it more enjoyable, or that you would want to see in there to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. I want to ask chat first what they have in thoughts. And then let me start off with Ken next. Ken, what about you?
I mean, maybe a little bit better reward, like
Easy.
Sweepery actually not bad on these days, but sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, I agree. I think
So-
better rewards is always the answer.
I mean, yeah, you are right. I mean, it is, but deflection set I think we are getting from Platinum, right? I mean, I'm not sure like deflection set
Yeah,
is
we
even
still
have
get
a
Swift
usage on
Parry and
these days.
deflection set.
Yeah,
Deflection
Super,
set is
like-
not really used, but deflection set, yeah.
yeah, Sweepery like special on the Carnage. I'm using on my Carnage is seriously really good, guys. So because of that, can't really say it's a bad set. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, people. I mean, people like was doing that for the trophies, right? Bro, you can buy the account with the trophies now. Like I'm, like lots of
I don't know
people
what you're
changing
talking
their
about,
account.
Ken. We're gonna stop
I
right
mean-
there. We're gonna move on to
Okay.
King.
Okay.
Oh, we're talking about
Remember,
buying. No, I'm joking.
We're official creators, Ken.
It's against the terms of service. What was the original question? I got worried about getting banned.
Again.
Again, yeah. What would make it more interesting for you or more enjoyable to say, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna take this serious and I want to push every week?
I mean, this is some straight up cope. Who would figure that comes from me? But it would be nice if the Krakens just got out of the way. I mean, every other bronze, silver, gold, they're all split into tiers. It would be nice if Plat had a tier system incorporated into it as well. Some of us, like myself, I really only care about getting the avatars, man. Like I'm not some super competitive classic arena PvP Chad that feels the need to go in and dominate every week. And so it would just be nice if I could finish in Plat and didn't have to fight people with +4 everything dripping in mythic relics and but that's just low spend complaints. I'm going to say that about damn near every tournament, every CBC. Like it's just how I feel.
Okay. Okay. I think doing different tournaments or different levels might be a little challenging because of the way the system works. Like you can't stay inside of a tier 2 long. Plat's the only one that you can stay in and not move any further up. So
Yeah,
if
no,
you
I'm saying like they should
continuously
have another one. They should add another one and then
okay.
have newer rewards so that the top 500. It's not that I don't think that top 500 platinum shouldn't be hard. It's
Mm,
just that I mean, dude, there's a huge spread, man, and it just you feel that like
right.
not everybody can, and it's not their fault. It's not the Kraken's fault for having a good job or trust or whatever it is. It's just like
You'd like to
I
compete,
just
but not at the
yeah.
level that
I want to
it's
compete, but not against people I can't fucking compete with.
right. I get that. I get that. And I guess
Who likes
their
fighting crypto in live arena? Who enjoys that? You guys have a
final
good time with that?
final Compachi
Crypto.
does.
He
Get it
can
right, bitch.
solo everything with Marius. I don't talk to him about anything.
No, I get you, man. I get you. But sometimes those fights going into them and you're like, okay, I kind of get excited saying I'm gonna go into this fight. You know what? I'm gonna try to beat him. I'm gonna try to work for it. And when you do, it's like a self how do I say this? It feels like it's like an accomplishment. Like,
Yeah, it's
oh
a
my
huge
God,
win.
I beat them. This is huge. Like I'm loving this. So I understand what you're saying about having different tiers. And maybe
Yeah, because it's like you're in middle school basketball, and then all of a sudden you're going up against the '90s Chicago Bulls, and you're both playing basketball. But are you both really playing basketball?
fair. All right, Zero. What about you, man? What would be one
Yeah,
thing you'd want to see?
Yeah, I literally said right before the stream that I agree with 50% of what King Copium says, and this is one of the 50% I think is brilliant. And Gestel did say he believed in 100% of what he said. So that's a little
Okay.
bit of the
100.
green room talk for the community out there watching us talking heads do some talking. But no, I think that's brilliant. I think, yeah, just stack it right on top, put it at like maybe another 500 on top. And someone said in chat, like ultra platinum or titanium league or something like that.
Diamond,
And
I
I think
think would
that would,
be. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool because then he's right. Yeah, the Chicago Bulls, or let's just call it the NBA league, the people that have spent, $100,000 in this game, we'll just say, they're going to filter up into that top league, and it just still have it be the same thing. It's like, oh, you can get knocked down, but when you get knocked down, you get knocked into platinum, and you're kind of doing the same thing we're doing from gold to platinum. Just do it for this titanium to platinum,
Mhm.
and then people could still get into platinum, earn those rewards that are out there. And you guys already said, PJ already said it, right? Or I think Ken maybe said it, and PJ agreed. Have more rewards. Well, if you add this extra layer in, gives you another incentive to get extra rewards, something like that. And don't make it like freebie avatars and stuff. Whatever. I don't know what the answer is, but this could be a nice little change, and I wouldn't think it'd be that hard for them just to copy and paste what Platinum does and put a new sticker on it. And maybe throw another reward tier on there. So I love that idea. I would love to see that. And then I think it would make it easier for those, middle school and high school leagues to get into at least platinum. That's a
Okay.
good
Do my
analogy.
best,
That's a
dude.
great analogy. It's
And
yeah.
I agree.
I remember because I played basketball back then. Because I'm a big boy, right? And I will never forget when we went up against like the varsity senior, and we're getting dunked on, and like that. We're lucky if we have one guy that can jump up and touch the backboard, and we're getting dunked on by four of the 5 players. I'm like, this is not even.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it just sucks the wind out. You know what I mean? And it's hard when
Yeah.
you're sitting here doing daily logins and you're logging in every day to get this stuff done, and then you just realize like that's never going to be me. I mean, that's just tough. Sometimes you got to swallow it, and I'm aware of that, and I do. It's just it would be nice. That's all I'm saying.
I'm a little upset right now that we're not streaming in your Discord because I had a comment for you. But that said, PJ, what about you?
I also had a comment for him. Save that for after. But yeah, I definitely think, like Ken said, better rewards is always a good thing. Another thing I think they could do, not necessarily make another tier, but just make platinum bigger and add another 500, make it top 1,000 instead of top
Yeah, I can make it work
500.
too.
Everything
Yeah,
would stay the
great.
same, and then you would just have more slots open, so more people could get in there. I think that's one thing is people don't want to push because they're like, oh, I'm not going to get top 500, but maybe if there was 1,000, they'd be, maybe I could get that, or just more spots for people to get in. I think would be nice. Yeah, rewards and open it up a little bit. I think would make it better.
Okay.
Well, we talked about this before with these hard cap numbers, especially with like Tag Team Arena, and they have grown their player base. Now, whether those player bases are active or not, that's a different conversation. But it should potentially be a percentage, and it's always been 500. But now that you've changed the time slot, those 500 could be, maybe let's just say it was 5,000 people that are doing it. Now you might have 10, 15, 20,000 people at this new time slot change that are trying to get into the slot, and it's still just that hard cap of 500. And you've increased who's probably going for this or whatnot. So yeah,
Okay.
I like the percentage idea.
Yeah, I'm thinking the percentage idea would be great as well too. Because looking at it right now, so according to what Plarium says, and I think I'm doing this right, is there's 1.2 million players, right? And only 500 players can hit into Live Arena. So I don't know if I'm reading this right, but it's 4%. No, that's not 4%, right? Because I would have to.
Yeah, so it's a little over 4 or something.
4%
but-
of 1.2 million.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
0.0. It's 0.04.
04. Okay, that's what I thought. 0.0.
It's less than percent.
Yeah, yeah.
Doing
that's what I
math
thought.
again,
I'm like,
dude.
You know what?
Gotta get ready for Maria.
When I was in school, no one told me I would need math, and I don't know. That's
And you
it.
never
Yeah,
paid attention. It's clear.
but exactly. But I think
No, we
I like the, let's say the top 1% gets the push of the player base, but then I guess that may also be changing week to week depending on how many players are active in the game, right? So I guess that might be the reason why they don't do that. But I do like the idea of a percentage of the player base because, having 0.004%, it's not a lot. Gessel, what about you, man? What would make it so that you would, find Plat Arena more enjoyable?
Yeah, I would say just rewards. I mean, they've kind of done everything else. The only other thing I've ever complained about is, the time slot, right? So they changed that, and they've actually made other changes that make it a little more enticing. Like I said earlier, I think the hidden stuff makes it much more intriguing. So they've kind of hit those nodes, but yeah, the rewards are very dated.
Okay.
So I think upgrade those. That would certainly make me happier. Maybe throw, I hate the primal fragments, but throw the freaking primal fragments in there.
No. Throw
primal in there, bro.
Whole primal.
Yeah, throw I
Yeah,
hate the
primals,
fragments, but if you got them,
Yeah.
throw them in other places. I mean,
We
whatever.
should tell them what they should put in.
Yeah. And
What
I
would
will
we
say that
like?
one of the things that some of the players are complaining is it's already a very long time spent or time sink in the game. And this is just another thing to add on to it, which I get, but it doesn't have to be for everybody, right? You don't have to push Plat if that's not your cup of tea. If you enjoy doing, Arena, then that's a different story. Personally, I do think that Live Arena is better. And I feel like in the future, they may go, when Live Arena opens up 24/7, they may go towards a system like this for the reset part. On like a weekly type of or a monthly type of thing, I guess. I don't know. I mean, seasons are kind of doing that as well as it is anyways, but maybe getting a different tier for the ultra Krakens out there wouldn't be a bad situation, right? Let's go to DK. DK, what about you? What would make a Plat push more enjoyable for you?
Probably just better rewards, like everyone was talking about. Like, I do feel like some of these rewards are some like they seem like something that I would want early game, not
Mhm.
late game.
Right. Okay. So there you have it, Plarium. Some of the things that we would love to see, or the main thing that we would love to see, is expanding the tiers and better rewards for Live Arena. So we've already done the work for you. So next patch, go ahead, fix that, and get it going. Let me throw this out there. I have seen some posts here of a double Marius team, and I'm looking to see if I can find them. But there's pictures out there where, here we go. People got a dupe Marius.
How is that
first.
possible?
Me first.
I gotta say, I think they did this a while back with Rhonda too, right? Where you were able to get a dupe Rhonda. It was just a glitch. And so is this. But their response to this was saying, hey guys, we're going to fix this, just not right now. It's probably going to happen in the next patch. We don't know when, but we'll fix this. First of all, did anybody in chat, this happen to you? Because I'm curious to see what even caused it. Let's go to King first.
Yes, I mean, basically, it's just a glitch within the redemption of Marius. That some people tried to redeem him, or they tried to exit out of the redemption during their CVCs, and they were given a dupe in their mailbox. Plarium's already announced that they're going to take it away. The one thing that I'm curious about is the picture that's been floating around in my clan's Discord is they're both fully maxed, fully leveled. So I'm curious to see if they're going to refund any materials, or if they're just going to say, hey, here's 100 energy, our bad.
Nope, because he is a limited time champion. And I can tell you they're not going to say, they're not going to.
They should not return them. No, hell no. That's your fault
and I agree
doing
with
it.
that. If you want to get a refund for this because you put the resources in, absolutely not. Like, one of my messages in content creator chat is like,
I agree.
You guys are going to let this go. People are going to spend their resources on this, and they're going to have 2 Mariuses for Arena, 2 Mariuses for Plat Push, 2 Mariuses for Hydra or Chimera or whatever it might be. But again, I don't think, if you're one of the player base that is literally doing this and using both of them, I mean, it's at your own risk, right? You can't really expect Plarium if it's a known bug, and because we all know that Marius is a unique champion. Here's another screenshot here of 2 Mariuses fully maxed out. If you know it is a known bug and you're only supposed to have one, I don't feel like they should recuperate their
Well, no, because you're
resources.
exploiting.
Right.
Like,
And maybe
you're cheating in the game.
Maybe chat has a different opinion. I mean, how many of you guys in chat would support for them to or not to get the resources back? Are you, would you be the one that wants to say, yeah, they should get the resources back because it's Plarium's screw up that the bug was in the game? Because could be an argument made for that as well. Or are you for the, hey, you know what? Each player knows that we're supposed to only get one, and that's all you get. So I would love to hear what chat has to say about that. But
the one interesting thing too, though, sorry, I know you're going to move on to somebody else, but the other thing too is that, of course, in Live Arena, you can only take one of each champion in there anyway. So it wouldn't affect that. You can't empower Marius with Marius, just like you can't empower the Turtles with copies of Turtles. They have a different champion that goes into their empowerment. So really, you're kind of just left holding the bag on a second horse. But where that does affect the game is it takes the competitiveness out of the new leaderboard system they implemented, where the red dot never goes away. It takes away from Classic Arena. You can have a DPS Marius and a CC Marius, and that is fucking terrifying.
Right. I would imagine if somebody puts a relic on there, they'd be really pissed when that relic goes bye-bye.
Well, goodbye mythical relics. Sucks to suck.
Well, that's exactly it. Imagine, let's say that happened to me and my Marius is wearing, where is it? I think he's wearing my storm collar. And imagine me losing out on this, right? I'd be real pissed if that happened.
Would you be pissed if that happened, or if they just banned the account because they said, hey, you didn't exploit, your account's now ours?
Well, there's a fine line there to say it's an exploit because it's not something that I did to trigger the bug, right? It's a bug that
Well, so yeah,
Plarium
if it
released
is,
out.
if they look into their code and they're like, hey, this is just them tapping the button and sometimes they get a dupe, I don't think any punishment should go into that.
Right.
But if it's somebody who's like, okay, if I have to go in here to claim my Marius, but then I accidentally open my arena and then go into my mailbox and then I go back to redeem Marius, I get a dupe. You conscientiously made a decision to exploit
Right.
within the game. And
Right.
that is where punishment should take effect.
Right. If you willingly did and invested time into using this exploit, then yes, I 100% feel like some sort of repercussions should happen. But if it was just, oh, hey, I went and collected it and for some reason it went into my mailbox or something, like if it was truly accidental, nothing to do with you manipulating the system because of bad coding, then hey, 100%, I feel like those players should not be at all punished for it. Zero, what about you?
Yeah, if it's a specific exploit, like I mean, I've even seen like MMOs where they had shoddy coding. Like for example, you could jump up on a rock and a thing, and none of the creatures could, attack you. You could just mega farm and never be hurt or something. A game company could look at that and be like, well, while we coded it to be like this in the game, you're still exploiting the mechanics of the game to give yourself an unfair advantage, right? So, and they would just ban the accounts in those examples. So, yeah, I think if someone's dumb enough to, put the resources in, they know they should only have one. Yes, but if they're for whatever reason someone out there that's new to the game, grind hard and get it in the first few months and didn't know, and they got an extra one and dumped, all the resources in, that could be tough, in my opinion. But
Yeah. Okay.
it is what it is.
If you're getting Marius, you're pretty far into the game. You know better.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
You want to talk
I
about
think
it?
too though, there's a lot of people that don't watch any of the content creators or anything like that. They just play the game, right? So could there be someone out there that just doesn't know? But
Not all game leaps are created equal, you know?
yeah.
Another thing that did happen too, which was a bug, Marius turned into Nias here. This is a fellow content creator here on Chaz. He was streaming. His Marius literally turned into a Nias right there, which was funny as all hell.
By the way, can we talk about that? Because I do feel like the visual bugs that have been happening in the game with like champions getting knocked down and still having life bars, or they're continuing to look like they're sleeped or stunned and they don't have the sleep or stun and all that stuff that has crept into the game, they really need to consider fixing that.
Well, so
I
yes.
know because
We get through the first question first.
Yeah, let's get through the first question.
No, I'm just saying you brought that up. I don't know if you intended to talk about that, but they need to fix that. Is basically my point.
I agree.
It's screwing with the mechanics of the game. It just happened to me last night. I'll shut up and let you keep asking the same question. But I was fighting against a Sigfriend, and I knocked down their, I don't know, let's just call it Lydia or something, or Lysandra, and I knocked her down, but she still had a life bar up, and I was like, okay, does that mean she's still targetable and I can still attack her? And then there was another champion alive too. Long story short, Sigfrind did not activate, even though all the champions are down, but there was a life bar there. That's starting to impact the game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've talked a lot about the bugs that they have. I mean, this is a pretty big thing right here. Let's go to Ken. What about you, man? Did you get a double Marius?
No, unfortunately, I checked. I wasn't have it. So, by the way, somebody told me on the chat. So back in the day, looks like it's also happened to Ninja, right? People was have a double Ninja, and Plarium is delete the Ninja, right? Guess what? He told me like they deleted wrong Ninja.
I was gonna see what happened. Yeah, what would happen?
Oh, shit. Like imagine your 6-star Marius is poof.
You want to strip your Marius?
Be careful, guys. Be careful.
Yeah,
guys.
that will be that will be very bad if this has happened. So
Yeah.
hopefully they will remove the correct Marius.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. I would love to hear from anybody out there who has this. What happens? DK, what about you, man? Do you have a double Marius?
No, I do not. I actually pulled before this whole glitch happened, so we were good on that front.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the glitch? Just curious. Actually, let's not define the glitch because I don't want people repeating it and getting their accounts banned. So we're not going to talk about how the glitch works. We're gonna
What glitch? What are you talking about?
exactly. Let's go to Gestel next. Gestel, did you end up getting yourself a second Marius?
No double Marius.
No. Okay.
I don't. Yeah, like Zero said, that would be terrifying, man. Seeing two of them out there, or whoever it was. Was that King? King, whoever said that.
King,
That'd be
yeah.
terrifying.
PJ, what about you?
Yeah, no, I don't have dual Marius. And I mean, again, like to circle back to what we were saying before, I think that if you did invest into Marius, you can't be upset. The second Marius, if you get two Mariuses and you invest into both, you can't be upset if they remove it. Like, everyone knows that you're only supposed to have one. Like, it's like play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Like, it's fuck around and find out. I
Yep.
just don't have any, like, I don't feel bad for people that if they're like, if you want to have fun, like, yeah, if you have a big Kraken account, you're like, oh, damn, I got two Mariuses. I have 300 legendary books. Hell yeah, let me book them up and try out two Mariuses. But if you're low spend, free to play, like, you should know better than that. And yeah, I don't think there should be a refund or anything like that. It's on you.
I agree. So yeah, just be careful, guys. If you are somebody out there that did get this, don't invest in it. It's a bug. Don't try to recreate this because there could be some punishments out there. Your raid account, if you've been playing for as much as some of us have, or if you've been playing at all, investing at all, don't risk the ban for, something dumb, right?
Dude, imagine grinding for Marius for as long as that takes, and then getting banned for getting Marius.
Yeah, you also there's a big difference again between, like King said earlier, between like doing a step process of like gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this, gotta do this to get it, and just like, oh, I click it and I just get two. Like, that's not your fault. You shouldn't get penalized if it's something on their end.
Right. Yeah. So if it's a complete bug, that's not a problem. But if you're intentionally doing certain things, then yes, I agree. That said, we got a question here from Prime Skeletor for us. So it says, how much can Plarium add to raid before it is too much in game? At the point of completing everything is a time sink each week. How much more could Plarium reasonably add before it becomes to be impossible in a week, right? I know Zero's like, I'm here, guys. You know what? Let's go ahead. I'll let you go first, Goose. Go ahead.
I mean, borderline, we are there now. Now, I know they have attempted to do things to speed up the game, but as someone who was in a 24-hour period, a complete completionist, I did all my arenas, I did all my tag team, I did all my live arenas, I did all my keys in the different Doom Towers and whatchamadiddle, all my bosses, all the hog malls, right? Did it all, and life has changed for me personally, and it's impossible to do everything today as it is. And I know they have teased that coming up next year, there's going to be a whole nother area, new bosses, new things like that. And by the way, Faction Wars Hard has gotten so hard that sometimes you fail, and you have to kind of repeat all that as well. So they're there now. Okay, if you don't have a life, maybe you can get it all done. I'm not saying I didn't have a life before, just saying being able to work from home, I didn't have to get dressed to go to work. I didn't have to,
It's just time.
commute to go to, and I've lost all that time now. And so I can't do it now, me personally. And so they need to strongly consider more, clan boss, Hydra, insta keys type situations if they're going to expand and give us a whole nother area of the game, me personally.
Okay.
I think they're there, and I want the new content. So I don't want that to sound like completely negative. Like I think we all want to see an addition, some new bosses, some new mechanics, or whatever. And first step is they need to go ahead and nerf faction wars. Again, my understanding is that when the faction wars first came in the game, they did nerf it after the first X amount of time, and we have seen also Iron Twins, Sand Devil, and Shogun also have taken a nerf after they've come into the game. Faction Wars Hard needs to get there because I felt like they built it with the area bonuses impacting. Meaning, I mean, I couldn't even beat the first boss, and I had to go in and put my bonuses in just to progress further in the game. So that means that they said, "Oh, people are going to have this easy because it's one of the easier ones to get. We're going to build it to be super hard." So
Right.
I think we're there. To answer the official question, we are there right now today, and I want them to add more, but they need to consider faster things.
Well, I think one of the biggest things that's going to be a huge time sink for a lot of people is what we're doing right now on screen, which is Live Arena, especially if they're looking to bring it in 24/7. I think it's going to be a game mode that a lot of the player base wants to do, right? Even though a lot of us say, no, we're not going to touch Live Arena. I think once you get into it, because it takes a lot of like, let me learn my team, let me figure it out. Once you do, I think you really start enjoying it. So, but
Yeah,
What the hell
Yeah,
Monty
so.
keep doing there?
And I think just to say on that, it's your winning percentage. Because I think some of y'all in this really focuses hard and y'all have a 60-70% win rate. So y'all are there now. But to complete the stupid time slot, if you're 60% and below, it's extremely time sinky.
Right.
Like the 10 a day is anywhere from 30 to 30 minutes to an hour. Let's just say that. If you get
Right.
one or two like really close battles, but those people in that 50-60% range, you need to run 20-25 battles sometimes. And now I don't have 2 hours to F around in Live Arena. I just don't. A day.
I get you. Chat, what about you guys? What is the one thing you guys would see that would benefit you to kind of cut down your time in game, right? I think one of the things that a lot of us have to think about is, do we need to be completionists in everything in the game? And I think that's kind of where you hit. Do I need to complete every single event? Do I need to complete every single aspect of the game in a 24-hour span? King, I know you're going to have a pretty big, vibrant answer
Yeah,
for
I got
us.
opinions. Who would have thunk? First and foremost, like when we're talking about dailies, purely daily resets, 5 arena battles, 3 campaign boss fights, blah blah blah. We can get that done in 40 minutes. I mean, and then some. But when we're talking about Doom Tower, why are the Doom Tower bosses not auto farm? Like, why can't we quick battle Doom Tower bosses? Why do I have to sit here and go through the waves, 10 floors each, every single day until it's on farm? It's been out for how long now? Give us auto battles. Eliminate that time. Why are my silver keys? Even if you make me watch the gold keys, my silver keys should be instant fights. As far as answering the question as a whole of when does it become too much? I mean, in my opinion, it's too much right now. I mean, back in my day, you could farm dragon during a dragon tournament uphill both ways and have plenty of time to get a fusion done, plenty of time to get your champion trainings done. But now it's just like, we've got to do Sand Devil. Don't forget to get your free prism. We've got to do, dragon. We got to do all these things for pizza slices. We've got to make sure we're hitting every summon. We've got to, it's a lot. And the other thing that they need to do is background multi-battles when we're talking about farming dragon, when we're talking about farming these antiquated, outdated, nobody really needs the gear dungeons. Make background battles actually be in the background. Let me do other stuff in the game while the game is running this 100% guaranteed run. I don't want to stare at it anymore, dude. And I want to be able to go do what I actually need to do to progress my account.
Mm-hmm. And I think, the background multi-battles are going to be a huge thing that are going to save a lot of time for us. And it's going to change the dynamic of how we play, especially at that point in time.
100%.
And I feel like if we wait for that to happen, we may have a different opinion of this. That said, I may be wrong. Let's go to Ken. What about you?
I mean, I totally agree with Zero and both King Copium said. Background multi-battle, I mean, I see the background fight before. It doesn't work like that. Polarium, it's hard to say this is a background multi-battle. If they release a real background multi-battle, they can save us lots of the time. But currently, I agree with the King Copium as well. I mean, it's obviously depends what you're doing on the game, like it depends. Like, hey bro, I don't care about Chimera, then you can spend less time about the game. You don't care about Liver, and you can spend less time about the game. But if you're actively doing like every single content, at least you try to do that, it's taking noticeable amount of the time. And they already said they are cooking the new content. It's a good thing normally, because back in the day, like 2019-20, we was asking content for the game because the game was have a faction war, which is there is no Lydia yet. There was just like my story war, that's it. And that's it. Not even like dungeons stage 25. Yeah, it wasn't even on the game. Just clan boss, faction war, that's it. And we was begging for the content. I cannot imagine like I find myself at one point right now. I don't want to see new content. Like, instead of to keep releasing new content or the new champion, try to adjust the existence content.
Mm.
That's, like Doom Tower, for example, rotation 1, rotation 2. I don't care about them. They just milestone reward. Buff the gear set instead of the releasing like new 9-piece set bonus, we don't have a space for that, so. I'm okay with the new content, but like the King Copium said, maybe like Doom Tower, Instakey would be nice to help us to save some time, but
Mhm.
they need to be reduce or time spent on the game so they can release any content.
Okay. Like I said, I feel like the multi backgrounds or the battles that are going to come in are going to save us a lot, especially if they're going to be allowing us to do arena and stuff, because that's where a lot of us are kind of spending our time. Let's go to DK. What about you, man?
Sorry, what was the question? I just got my ass handed to me in Live Arena by the turtle team. So dude had like +2 of every turtle.
Yeah, that team is disgusting.
Yeah.
What could they, what could be the one thing, or how far is it? Can Plarium how far can Plarium go with adding, too much basically into the gameplay?
I feel like they're getting there right now. One thing I can definitely say that would help would be like auto battles for like Chimera if you're not a completionist, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
That way you can cut down time on that if you're not trying to, if that's not what you're going for at the moment or whatever,
Okay.
That way you can cut that time down and focus that time on other parts of the game that you want to focus on. In my personal opinion.
All right, fair. Gessel, what about you?
Yeah, this game, I think for a lot of people is a not something that they focus like a tremendous amount of time and all the time. It's kind of like they know they can run it while they're at work. They can do auto battles and stuff. So like a lot of that time, people, I feel, maybe I'm wrong, and maybe this is just kind of how I handle it. But like a lot of the time spent in this game to me is not actual like physical me playing the game like I would play like Path of Exile or something, right? So a lot of the time to me in this game is spent just like auto running while I'm doing something else. That I don't care about. That time, it is a lot of time, and it's something I have to like remember to do. But to me, that isn't a lot of time. A lot of the time, or like the time that is spent in this game is for me. But I think for like even Zero said, he's doing 10 a day. Live arena, and that is an hour, right? 10 fights is basically an hour. And you might get a quick one, but when you're going through picks and bans and everything, like it takes a while. So, it really what I guess what I'm trying to say is, and what the King Copian said, they really need to make the auto battles more like throughout the entire game. So you can run the boring stuff while you're doing the stuff that actually takes your time. So that to me is really where they can save all the time, really. For the people that want a hard focus on the game, this is their only game. They put 4 or 5 hours a day in on it. Or, the people who are a lot more lax on it, maybe just 30 minutes a day, they're kind of hard focusing on it. So,
Okay.
yeah, but they're definitely at that point. I mean, I would say they've been at that point, but they've done a decent job of like, okay, here's Chimera. Now you get, super quick battles in Hydra. So I feel like they've been pretty good about doing that. But yeah, they are definitely there.
I think the problem with that though is they still introduced the clash aspect of it. So no matter how much they put in, people are still going to feel like they have to manual the Hydra to try to get as much damage as possible if they're in one of those
Well, they
clans that
fumbled.
pushes, right?
They
How-
fumbled Clash, dude. Clash should have been wrapped around how many trials your teams can get, not how much damage your teams can do.
That I feel
Because
like that's
as a
actually
whole,
a
if your
solid idea.
clan, like if your clan as a whole gets the most trials, you should win Clash, not who has the biggest dick tightest team.
Right. I agree. PJ, what about you?
That's funny. Personally, I like new content. I like when they add stuff. I kind of like what Ken said. I remember back in the day when there was not enough stuff to do and people were kind of bored and be like, we need more stuff. So now we got the opposite. The thing is that Player's a business, right? And they like making the money. And what we're talking about doesn't make them the money. New content makes them the money. Like going back and fixing up old things is nice for the player base, but doesn't boost the profit. So in their mind, they always are going to make new content. They're never like, if you guys think this game's going to stop making content, this game's always going to be adding new things. Like that's like their whole thing is adding more stuff. So you just got to kind of be more picky on what you're going to do. Like it's getting hard to do everything, but you don't necessarily have to do everything. I feel like that's just like a mindset that the player base puts on ourselves, and then blames Polarium for it. And it's not like Polarium is holding a weapon to your head and saying you have to do everything. It's kind of like ourselves putting that on ourselves. So I feel like it's kind of like maybe a mindset we have to take a switch as a community that it's okay to miss things. You don't have to do everything. And the other thing I think is 3x multi battles or 3x super raids. They kind of already added that in faction wars. I think adding that into more areas of the game, which I think they talked about, would be good. And then everything like what King said, just making the background battles actually do background battles. I think after you beat the first Doom Tower boss, you could just instantly do it after. Like stuff like that would save some time in the game. Just auto farming stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think like you just touched right there, it's the completionist in people is what makes them and drives them wanting to do everything. And maybe we need to train ourselves on not doing that, which is hard. It's basically saying, if I'm gotta catch 'em all type of person, I gotta break my habit of doing that, which is again extremely hard when everything's just thrown at you and you're FOMO to
they're trying to make
corners of the earth, right?
That's what they want. They want us to get the FOMO. That's the whole thing. Is they want us to feel like we have to get everything and spend, and then on the other side, we have to fight back and be like, we don't have to get everything. Like it's not the end of the world if we don't get this.
Right.
Well, and I just want to jump in and challenge that just a teeny tiny bit. 100% agree with you, and that's where I've had to come to myself on Live Arena and just say I'm out for seasons. There's no way I can do it. I do think though the reward structure, getting the guaranteed, legendary pull is what I call it, with a 20% chance of it being a mythical.
I crafted an epic.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch you. I didn't watch you do it, but that is like the only way to guarantee yourself that 20% chance of getting a mythical relic, right? And I don't know without spending if there's other ones. I know there's like obviously some they just did it with the soul for whatchamadiddle, and they had the 400 pizza points in it for granted, and they might have had some 100 mythical relics in that, but then that was like, hey, summon 50 sacred shards and you get this one shot at a thing. So like the only real free to play friendly way of getting that mythical relic is to do those live arenas. And you're right, they're not holding the gun to my head. However, I
We're not
I
talking about
basically
free to
have to
play
give that up.
friendly.
And
We're
I don't
talking
get
about
that. And now
time.
the gap
Right.
between me and say you guys is going to grow, right? Guess what? Just got his first mythical relic. I don't have one yet.
I mean, I feel like that's a different conversation, but I agree
mean-
that is not good either.
Yeah. I mean, it's again, I think we have to go back to, do we need to be completionist about everything? And I've recently started, well, you know what? I missed out on this quest. Guess I don't need to complete everything else, right? And another thing would be is, do we need to be competitive, right? Do we need to be, let's push our chimeras and hydra teams to the max possible damage, sitting behind the keyboard? Do we need to go ahead and, spend 2 hours redoing a Titus key until we get a better damage? Or do we just say, you know what, screw it, I got what I got, I'm out, I'm done, and that's it, right? It really, I guess the best way is, you need to decide for yourself what kind of gameplay you need to have. Do you want to enjoy the game and just play it as it is? Or do you want to be at the top of the 1% and be competitive for your account level? Sorry, Ken, did you have something you wanted to add?
Nope.
No. Okay. I thought somebody had something to say.
I just think PJ brought up a good point with the ×3 multi-battle, but how about we get an increase to our battle speed? Like, we got _1, we have ×2.
The thing is,
like-
do we really need that though if we're gonna have the background multi-battles? Right?
Well, I mean, but they're not gonna give that for everything.
They're
But they can do
apparently
battle
what they're
speed for
supposed to be doing it for is everything that it's currently in game, allowing you to do arena. I mean, arena is the one thing that we continuously can't just do in a background battle, right? So if they allow it for you to be able to climb in the background, to climb up the Doom Tower, to run your keys, maybe going into Centranos and saying, okay, I want you to clear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stages with my keys. My champions are all geared. Cool, go do it. I'll come back. Or maybe not, maybe this is one of those contents, if I'm trying to progress, if I haven't cleared it, that I want to spend time doing it. But again, ideally, the goal would be is like, okay, Doom Tower, I've completed it time after time after time. Run it multi-battle, run it in the background. And you know what? If I only get up to stage 69, stop it there and then let me go. And if I have to manual this one, manual it, and then back again, run my farming team straight through it. I think that's kind of where it should really go, right?
Yeah, but it's like, if you complete it on
even
auto,
number.
then it should be able to be
right,
skipped.
right. It should be, as long as you can run it in the background with, however far it gets. And if you need to make some alterations because some of the stages can't be beat with every single champion or with a particular team, then, hey, you know what? I got to go in, I got to switch. But I think that's probably the best part that they should do. Although we could all do what Riprad says, and we could support a 0.5 time speed, because the graphics in Raid Shadow Legends are so great, and everybody would love to see their speed reduced, not by 1, but 0.2.5. Speaking about graphics, though, let's talk a little bit about our new fusion. Sanguine Maria. Okay, nothing showed up behind me. So interesting kit here. She is definitely a, one of a kind. I love what they're doing with her. The question is she going to be a must-do fusion? And where are we actually going to use her? Now, we know that this is going to be a really, really heavy, intense fusion. Mostly because we're wrapping up to the end of the Ninja Turtles collaboration. So they're going to deplete your accounts dry if they already haven't. Blood red. Sanguine means blood red. Okay, so blood red, Bloody Mary. Gotcha. All right. I was thinking about recording a little skit with me saying Sanguine Maria 3 times in the mirror, and then all of a sudden, like, doing the whole Bloody Mary skit behind me. Time just sucks, right? Talking about spending time.
Twitch chat, dude.
Talking about spending time in raid. I mean, I got real life stuff that takes too much time. That's it. Let's break down her skill kit. Let's see how good it is. And are we going to go for her or not? The A1 attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 33% chance of granting an extra hit, cannot gain more than 1 extra turn. We did get clarification on this. This does not stack with Relentless or 9-piece Merciless sets. So you do get the 99% chance, so the 1% RNG to not get it, but they did tell us that it does not stack with Merciless, so it's not like a Rotos type of situation, right? The A2 attacks one enemy, will ignore 33% of the target's defense, will ignore 99% of the target's defense, stone skin, and block damage buffs instead. If this turn is used on a turn number divisible by 3, that is her turns, not the team's turns. So she has to take 3 turns for that to be used. They clarified that in content creator chat. I hope that any content creators that put out a video discussing about this did say that. And yes, Plarium, you really need to go back in and put this in her skill kit, making sure that it is her turns, right? It's as simple as putting her name right here, right? And that's it. If the target is killed, increases the cooldown of all enemy skills by 3 turns. This effect cannot be resisted if the turn number is divisible by 3. Again, that is her turns, and it books down to a 3-turn cooldown. The A3 attacks one enemy. Before attacking, removes all debuffs from all enemies. This effect cannot be resisted if enemy's number of buffs is divisible by 3. Will attack remaining enemies with less than 66% HP. So I don't have the clarification on this. Let's say if they have 4 buffs on them, does this come into effect, right? So it either has to be, from what I understand, either a 3, a 6, or a 9 buff on her. Now, I will say Armenian God did say 0 is divisible by 3, so does 0 count? And that is a question that I will be asking. Grants an extra turn if this champion is under a number of buffs that is divisible by 3. This part is at the end of her turn, not at the beginning, right? So, if we're running blood shield accessories and stuff like that, as long as she has 3 at the end of her turn, she will get the extra turn. So if you have stone skin, that does not count. All right, the passive, say her name. Each subsequent hit from this champion deals 33% more damage, stacks up to 99%, resets after the 99% bonus is applied. The way that this is supposed to work is that the first hit does not do anything. The second, third, and fourth hit is where you get the damage boost. Each subsequent hit from this champion deals 33% less damage, stacks up to 99%, resets after the 99% is applied. Again, same thing. The first hit doesn't do anything. Second, third, and fourth hit are the ones that do it, right? Whenever an enemy revives this champion with 33% HP and 66% turn meter, after being revived, places a True Fear on all enemies for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked. Stone Skin can counter this. That said, now that we've got the word salad out of here, let's talk about first, are you going to go for her or not? And then we'll discuss her skill kit. Ken, are you going to go for her?
I mean, yes, I'm going for it. I think we are going to talk about more detail later,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going for it. For now.
King, are you going to go for it?
We're going to talk about it more, right?
Yes, we are going to talk about the skill kit. I just want to find out, are you going to go for it?
I have to wait and see what Leo's going to be.
That might be
Leo
too
is
far out.
I know, but if so my thing is that if they don't announce it, then I'm going for her. But if they announce it, then I'm not, because Leo's here and then he's gone forever. She can be pulled from a shard.
Valid point. I had a few people that made that same comment in the YouTube video. Zero, what about you? Will you be going for her?
Yep, absolutely going for her.
Okay. DK, what about you? Will you be going for the fusion?
Yeah, depending on how it looks like if I can get a dupe leader or not. If I can't, then yeah, I'm just gonna say go for her. Do want to point out one thing, real quick. Anyone who knows how the resemblance is to Sify?
Sify and Rhodos,
Kind of.
yeah. I was kind of thinking
Yeah.
like there might be a backstory between her and Rhodos and how Sify came into it or something. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Maybe
Wasn't there
watch
another
out.
love interest in the lore?
I don't know. I've been testing out some AI stuff going on with like, combining champion lore with 2 champions. And I may put some of those videos out depending on how we can do it. But I think that'd be kind of fun. Gessel, what about you? Will you be going for her?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. PJ, what about you?
We're gonna talk about her kid after. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm going for her.
No, we're not going to talk about her kid after at all whatsoever.
Okay,
just
well,
because
in
you asked
that case, I
Muted.
like the A1.
All right, let's talk about now why we want to go for her, right? What is going to attract her or why we're attracted to get her? Ken, what about you? Why do you want to go for this fusion? What stands out for you?
I mean, she's a waifu.
no,
No, I'm
Yo.
Ken's like,
He likes older
Ken's like,
women.
I'm in love.
Okay, like first of all, she's a DPS champion and we don't know her performance multiplier yet. Let's assuming she's decent. Okay, her multiplier is decent. Her kit actually looking super interesting. Like this is looking unique design. Like I had to say this word for the fusion, but I don't know. I really like this kit. It's very hard to use this lady, especially in the arena, because every third and the divisible by the third, which is we don't know, we don't have in-game counter, so how we are gonna be count that, right? Like I'm already having a bad time to count in Odin passive skill, and imagine she's in the same team. Oh my god, like But I'm thinking A3, A1, A2. So this is gonna be her
Yep.
third turn. So if you manage to use her like that, you can basically ignore 99% enemy defense, stone skin, and the block damage. I think this is the only offensive way to use this lady in the arena. A1 skill, still not 100% though, but passive skill too. Did you guys see the passive skill doesn't have a cooldown? I didn't see that
Yes.
wrong, right? That's
Yep,
crazy
no.
good passive skill. I'm super
Um,
interested about this passive skill. I cannot wait to see your test server videos, man. I'm so excited actually.
Yeah. I think honestly, you're gonna want to open up with the A1 first, then the A2,
Okay. My bad.
and then going into the A3 because
Okay.
at that point, you're ignoring stone skin, you're ignoring block damage, and you get the lockout if you kill somebody. So I think that's probably the best way to go about it. And at that point, you should have a 66% damage boost. Or no, sorry. At that point, you should have 2, 3. Yeah, you should probably have
99.
99% damage boost. So yeah, so I think that's probably going to be the most effective, but we will have to wait and see. Chat, how many of you guys are going to go for this fusion and why? King, lay it on me.
Yeah, so just to clarify real quick, I absolutely am going to go for this champion if I am able to. I think she's incredible. Her A1 with the three hits, when you do the math on it, roughly works out to about a 70% chance that she's going to get an extra turn off of her A1 between the 33% chance on each hit. So that's strong. I mean, she feeds her own kit. We don't get a lot of that these days, in my opinion, in stronger fusions. We have to kind of bring in other champs to feed into the really stronger fusions. So her being able to carry her own weight by herself for herself, I'm definitely interested in that. And I also think that even if you're not like looking at it as PvP because math's too hard, which I'm not digging on anybody here. I heard it in my chat last night. I mean, it's getting to the point where we need weak auras like this is World of Warcraft. But I think that for PvE, she's extremely strong. I mean, she can basically take bosses by herself with these abilities if she's procking correctly. She can take the shield down on Fire Knight by herself. She'll be amazing for Curse City. Like, I'm super impressed with her, and I hope that there's not a conflict that I'm able to go for. But I do need to see the multipliers.
Right. Now, chat's saying the same exact thing. Chat's saying, I need to see multipliers before I go for it. Some players are saying, hey, it's a catch 'em all type of thing. I'm going to go for it. So let's go to Zero. Zero, what about you?
Yeah, so a couple of things that stand out. First of all, love the mechanic. I like complex champions, and this seems like a complex champion to play with. So much so that you may almost need to potentially set her up. And what do I mean by that? Because I know you, Blazin, you were talking about maybe how to set her up a different way. I think like if you went on like a go first team, like say you got to go first with your arbiter and have another champion do the setup. It says if it's that A2 turn meter, turn number divided by 3. So if you can guarantee if you go first and you can make her be the third person on your team to go, you can do some nasty stuff with that A2.
No. I'm gonna correct you right there because it is
Okay.
not the team's turn. It is her turn individually.
She has
Okay.
to go 3 times for that to
She
be
has to
effective.
go 3
So
times.
is that okay? Is that because that's what you said earlier, and you said it so fast I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
You said it has to be
everything is-
her turn.
Yes, everything is based off of her turns, not the
Okay.
team's turns.
Okay. Okay. But so like with the A1, the passive will be 33, 66, and 99 on the damage, right? So her third hit will be a smack.
So not on the
right?
first hit, each subsequent hit after the first hit.
Each subsequent hit. Okay.
So
gotcha.
that would be 30. So the first one doesn't land anything. The second one gives
Yeah.
you the 33. The third one gives you the 66, which then you open up to the next hit, which would be the boom 99%.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I understand why you said what you said. And this is why you are in the thing where you can get clarifying questions versus they put this stuff out and they don't have. So yeah, I think you're right. They do need to update the skills kit to say her turn because that's very
Right.
confusing reading it out on paper. I will say the other thing that stood out to me and someone who is newer to the game, they always give us someone with some new mechanic and then they give the counter to that person and kind of make you want to go for it. But Nami, who came into the game, she's constantly putting out that block damage with her passive.
Mhm.
And the fact that that A2 is out there where you can cut through and kill someone through the
Yeah.
block damage, I think is extremely key. And Nami has made her way. You guys are fighting at the top of the live arena too. So are y'all seeing a lot of Nami teams
Oh yeah.
making their way in?
Oh yeah. It feels like everybody all of a sudden got a Name and the other one I will say is everybody feels like it just got Anais. I don't know. Maybe
Yes.
I know Name was a one that was done, but it feels like lately there's just so many of them. Knave. Sorry. DK is like Knave, not Name, Knave.
Whatever.
Yeah. So
Nave, Nami.
yeah, she's still
DK's
a
keeping it
pain.
real though.
She's still a pain.
Whatever. That bee that can put up the block damage all the time. This I love her just for that reason. I think this would be really cool. Yeah, and multiplier is gonna be crazy. And then I think for me personally, it's gonna be way too much to manage in terms of like trying to line everything up perfectly. But I think after those first couple of turns, you can maybe line it up once, and then what you get is what you get when you with her. So hopefully she still can do some damage.
I think to use her because she gets so many extra turns and the way her skill kit is divided or built, it's not going to be, we're not going to need a PhD in how to use her. Because again, ideally, everything's on a 3-turn cooldown. You're going to pretty much recycle through everything at the same time. So by the time you open up with the A1, then you go into the A3, then you go into the A2, you go back into the A1, then the A3 is back off of cooldown, and then the A1 or the A2. So I don't think it's going to be
Yeah, the
that
people who are going to
hard.
struggle with this are the people who can't down Amius.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then the other thing too that has me excited for, but also very concerned for, is if people don't even use the A2 and the A3 and they just constantly use the A1, because
The
if you do
A1
put them
can only
in
proc one time.
One time ever, or is it
It's
one
a-
turn?
no,
per
One time
skill.
per turn.
One time per
every-
skill per
per
turn.
skill.
Per skill. So it's not like she's gonna be. You remember how Rotos used to be, where he could proc the A1 and then stack. She can only get the extra turn one time per turn. So she uses it now. She gets the extra turn. She can't on the extra turn proc another extra turn, and the Merciless and Relentless sets won't add to that.
Okay.
The way that I interpreted that was that the extra turn could only be gained once per use of the ability. So she uses it, smacks 3 times, gets the extra turn, and then can use the A1 again, smacks 3 times, and can get the extra turn.
Right. So it's not like you can just keep repeating
So,
A1,
so what,
A1,
yeah,
A1.
so what he's saying, no, but he is saying you can
can.
repeat the A1.
You can.
Right. What did you say, Ken?
You can repeat it. Like you can get unlimited extra turn from this A1 skill.
No.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
not
go over and
unlimited,
over. Yes, you
70
can.
or 76%. Yeah.
You're saying you can't get it more than once per one use, but if I use it and get an extra turn, and then I use that same ability again and get an extra turn, and then I use the same ability again and get an extra turn, then I can effectively use it over and over and over and over.
Cannot.
So let me explain.
Cannot
But
gain
listen.
more than one extra turn.
Okay, Plarium made a announcement about this. So they basically said like she's attacking 3 times, right? So basically
Yeah.
each attack has a chance to give extra turn, right? So she cannot get like 3 extra turn from this skill. This
Yeah.
is what they mean. She
Yeah,
only can
okay.
get 1 extra turn. So if she use the A1 skill again, and if this is broke again, she can get another extra turn. Let's say she
Okay.
use again another
Okay.
extra turn. So basically, imagine her in the Fire Knight, for example, on the heart. Attack 3 times and very high chance to get extra turn. She can basically melt the Fire Knight shield by herself. I also understand like you because skill description saying cannot get more than 1 extra turn, but Plarium made announcement about it, so it only means she cannot get more than 1 extra turn because of the attack 3 times.
So
Okay.
my understanding is if you put her in Relentless or Merciless or whatever, and I know there's 18 to 15%, she has a 70% chance without the gear. With the gear, a 76% chance. Every time she takes a turn, she's getting an extra turn if you only use the A1. And they said for her to get 7 turns in a row, it's something like a 25% chance when you do the mathematics. So I don't know if that's true or not. We'll have to wait till this champion comes into the game. I'm just forewarning people that people may get this person and turn off the A2 and the A3 and just only use the A1 and take 7 turns in a row and annihilate your entire team.
So, okay, so I'm looking at the announcement that Ken's talking about, and I misread it. It says, while her A1 cannot generate more than 1 extra turn per use, meaning all 3 hits of a single cast can only proc 1 turn, it does not prevent her from getting an extra turn again if she's already taken that turn. So, okay. And then on her A1, if her A1 generates an extra turn in Relentless, it won't proc for her skill kit. So it's not like you can get both. So yeah, so I guess maybe a 9-piece Merciless with her. You're just gonna take multi-turns, massive.
But those
massive,
effects
so-
don't stack together though. Like
No, they don't. This is going to happen once, but it's like 33%, 33%, 33%. By the way, 15% on top of that. So when you do the math on that, it's like 76% chance.
Right.
And someone
so, yeah.
said you add another 5% chance if you have Uzal on the team. I don't know how that works.
So let's say like she used the A1 skill 3 times, 33%, didn't proc. And Merciless have a chance of to proc that. It's not going to
that's
be
right.
additional. Like if you got unlucky on her A1 skill, then maybe you can get lucky on the Merciless. Still
Yes.
not 100%
Right.
though, so.
Okay. PJ, well, why do you want to go for this fusion?
I mean, I go for every fusion, but she just looks cool. Just the way her kit is very unique. I do think that they need to start adding some type of tracker into the game for these kind of stuff. They have Odin with his passive. They have Queen of Hearts with her passive. Now they have this chick. So if they're gonna keep going down this like road of having these like unique champions, it's cool. I mean, she's very unique. She's very different than anything else we've seen, but it's just going to be harder for the player base to keep up with and keep track of everything that's happening, especially with everything else happening in Arena that's going on with the relics proccing, with the blessings proccing, with like there's so much happening. It's going to be hard to keep track of everything. So I do think they need to look into adding some of a tracker for these kind of champions. But I like her affinity. I really like. She's force affinity, so she's strong into nice. She's strong into Sigfriend, who's going to put up that block damage for you. Probably going to be in Stone Skin. Depending on, I think she's also kind of cool because you can kind of use her in different ways. You could go, like you guys said, you could go A1, A3, A2. You could go A3, A1, A2. Like I think there's different combinations of ways you could use her depending on the team you're facing, depending if you need to remove the buffs first or not, if they have Stone Skin or not. So I think she's very versatile on that. I like her passive a lot, especially if there's no cooldown, if that is true. She gets pretty much a free revive if they revive, which is kind of nice. Also bring out the True Fear, which can't be resisted, which is really strong. We know Fabian is super meta right now. He brings that. Extra turn capability is insane. You can just have her go. And yeah, I like her kit overall. Just got to see the multipliers, and I think they just need to have a tracker in the game to keep up with all this.
You know, this champion really negates the RNG. She brings the RNG back down to like a 1% if you think about it. Because of
And
her
can I say
A1.
something
Yeah, go
to
ahead.
what PG asked? So developer team was working. I mean, planning to do something about the counter, in-game counter. I mean, so for you to know, but I don't know like when they are gonna be released. Probably soon. So
Player
Their servers
himself.
just
can't
let you know.
handle it. Their servers can't handle it.
They said something about that on CC chat.
Okay,
Guess the,
so just sorry to
ahead.
jump in real fast. Sauce in the thing is saying that they had a clarifying statement, and they're saying
Yeah.
it's only one roll of 33%
Yes,
on a
Per
triple hit.
per each hit.
See, I'm reading it that way. Sauce is saying they sent out a clarification message saying it was only one chance at an extra turn.
That's
I
not
don't
what we've been told
understand
in
how
content
they're-
creator chat. It's per each hit. There's a 33% chance
Yeah.
per each hit.
In other
It's-
words,
it
if we're
clearly
playing,
says it right there too. Each hit
yeah,
has
that's what
a
I said. So, like,
33%
we're playing
chance.
Dungeons and Dragons, and we had a D3. She takes a triple hit. So every time she takes a hit, you're rolling a D3 to land a 3. You
Yep.
rolled a 2 once, you rolled a 1 once. Oop, I landed the 3. Is essentially what we're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
Gestel, why are you going to go for her?
The A1's busted. I remember when this first when she came out and we were talking about it in chat and everyone's like, no, there's no way that's it. I'm like, that is how it reads. Cause even I'm pretty sure Nubkex in his video thought it was only one per you know, in the initial reading of it, or maybe it was Boozer. So but I was like, no, it reads this way. Like this is exactly what it's saying. It reads like Rotos. So the A1's crazy. So that alone to me, I think is good enough. Obviously, if she gets used or not is going to be based on her multipliers. But the other thing is the stone skin and block damage ignore. That is huge. That is huge right now. So if she's lighting it up, she could be really good champ. But I agree with the kind of counter thing, like isn't there one with like like how many buffs are on the opponent? Yeah, the buffs divisible by 3. Like, am I seriously in the 15 seconds I have to make a decision in live arena? Am I going to sit there and count buffs? It seems a bit annoying. I mean, I guess you're gonna have to, right? Because it's important, but it's just annoying. That one's annoying to me. All the other ones are cool. That one's annoying.
Yeah, I think.
I had another thing actually.
Go ahead.
Sorry. The other thing I also really like, I don't think we've really touched on it, is that her A2 is she's locking out people for 3 turns. That's really
Right.
strong. It's not a 2-turn lockout, which is like a 1 turn, really.
Lazarus.
This is a this is like a Lazarus.
Lazarus 2 turn.
Right,
So-
so this is even better than Lazarus. Like that's super strong nowadays. Lockout, I think that's a big part of her kit as well.
Cannot be resisted to if it is divisible by 3, so that's
Yeah.
actually very strong. That's
I'm de-
tricky to use it too. Like it's hard to use it. So
I'm
Better get your
debating.
chronophage gear while you can.
True.
Yeah, that's true. I'm debating here on how I'm going to use her with my arena team because right now I use Nias, Fabian, Nias, Fabian, Empress, and Marichka, and I'm like, playing off the revives, who do I really take on? I think it might just be Fabian, to be quite honest, because I need to put her in Stone Skin and just let her go.
It's kind of similar to Fabian.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, because she can't be resisted. She can do the lockout, and if I'm playing off the revives, it's always gonna have a fear proc.
She also have a remove buff ability, by the way.
That's true too. That's true too. DK, what about you? Why are you gonna go for this fusion?
I don't know, it's a unique champion. And very much like people are saying, we don't know exactly what's going on with their A1s. And then I had someone I was talking to in my chat the other day, and he was saying that he has some nasty ideas that he thinks he can do with her to make it to where she just constantly taking turns. Now I did hear that they didn't take Merciless Gear and Relentless Gear into that whole situation, which that's going to put a dent in his plans, but he still has something working out. And once he works it out, he's going to talk to me about it. So I might do a little thing on that.
Nice.
Yeah, Perch Shadow is going to be disgusting on her.
Oh yeah. That's going to add even more. That said, we're going to end off with the final question here. How soon do you think it'll be before Plarium nerfs her? Ken?
I mean, not nerf, but I believe she's going to be super buggy. And it's going to take some time to fix her because all this divisible by 3, I'm not sure Plarium server can handle that complex problem, So I cannot wait to see how buggy is she. I will be surprised actually if there is not bug about this late. Especially there is relics too. It's help you to get extra turn. When you kill, revive, stuff like that, extra turn. We was actually talk about that the other day on the stream. Nice, right? There is a nice. So when the nice killed his reviving teammate, right? And there is a one relics. When you revive your teammate, you got extra turn. Mythical relics. I don't remember the name right now, but maybe you guys can help me to figure out.
It right here.
That one.
The Crisis of Rebirth.
Bro, you should be give that Nice, by the way. This is crazy. So Nice killed her. Nice has this relics. He got extra turn. She got revived from passive skill. Then Nice killed her again. She got the extra turn. Then she got revived again from passive skill. It's like zombies, whoever headshot is going to be die. Actually, Nice is eventually going to revive the entire team, so it's not going to get extra turn anymore. But still, it is very interesting champion. I'm really curious to see her test server video.
Interesting.
If they are going to nerf her, they need to nerf her during her fusion, not after. So that's very important.
Fair. Chat, what do you guys think? Ken says I should switch the wand and give him the chalice or whatever the thing's called. You guys agree? Should I give him the Chrysalid of Rebirth, or should I leave the wand on him? King, how long do you think it'll be before they nerf him or her?
100% you should switch the Crystalid onto Nice. How long do I think? I don't think they're going to nerf her.
Okay. Zero, what about you?
Yeah, that's tough. I think it's going to be one of those things we're going to really have to see how she plays out. I got a feeling because even today, just talking about her, how confusing stuff was, and talking about her kit and all that stuff. We'll see. I do think that giving someone a chance to just basically take 7 or 8 turns in a row is a little broken in the game. So we'll have to see how that is. So I do think if it's as broken as we think it could have the potential to be, they might nerf that.
Okay.
My Marishka's in Relentless, and sometimes, dude, she turns into a tiny machine gun.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. PJ, what about you?
Yeah, that's a good question. We'll have to really see the test server stuff. I think it's mostly the A1 that I think is going to be the biggest issue, is that it's each hit and it's a 3-hitter. So maybe don't make it each hit. Maybe just change it to 33% chance per the move. Because I think that's what's going to really make things toxic is that her A1 she can just like go forever, because it's each hit and it's so I think if they do something they should look at the A1. Will they? I guess depends on how broken she is, but I don't know.
Okay. Gastel, how soon do you think she's going to be nerfed?
Well, I guess I'm not really sure what they'll nerf on her, because everything is tied into like the whole 3 thing. So like, I guess they could certainly change some stuff.
They could
But
just make it not each hit. It could still be 33%
yeah, not make it
chance.
each
Right.
hit. Yeah, make it like her.
One hit.
Yeah,
Or
like the
just
A1.
33%
Yeah,
chance. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So I suppose that's it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to see how it all plays out, how hard she hits, and if she becomes, meta, and she becomes the #1 champ because she's just breaking everything. Then they'll obviously nerf her.
Okay.
Will
DK,
they?
what about you?
Maybe not.
They haven't nerfed the thing. They
Honestly-
haven't nerfed many.
Maybe
I mean,
not.
it's like everyone's saying. It just depends on what what her skills are actually doing.
Mhm.
If it's like, I'm willing to bet you if they see a high rise in players using her that have her, they're probably just gonna be like, hey, you know what? Let's check into this. Probably nerf her, see what's going on. So it just really
Okay.
depends on what she is gonna be capable of doing.
So the one thing I'll leave off at is, potentially the A1, if we're looking at getting an infinite amount of turns and not to what I was alluding earlier, I could see this becoming a problem almost anywhere running the counter up to 1,000, up to the end without the bosses actually taking a turn. And so with that said, now that it's been clarified, Plarium, I think you need to go and look and test this before you release the fusion and address it at that point, right? You've already told us that Titus will not be touched or anything because that's what he is intended to be used as. But this kind of scenario, even though I like the way it's working, I like what it's doing, I think on a boss counters type of situation, it basically locks out the boss to not even take a turn, or at least have a 1% chance that we can mitigate with merciless sets or anything else like that. So that said, I hope that, they do some testing ahead of time and make sure that this is released properly.
I can see some crazy stuff where
Since my
like
answer-
bosses don't take any turns,
Yeah.
and it's just like she takes
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly. And that's my biggest worry is if they release her, they haven't tested this, and it, because it doesn't say against bosses, it doesn't say against anything else. Like there's nothing to
It's like
differentiate
April all
against
over.
that. Right. And so let's imagine she goes into Fire Knight. She will literally solo the Fire Knight with her A1s just over and over and over and over and over again. And you get 1% out of every 100 runs. If it fails, hey, I'm good with that. Imagine Dragon not being able to take any turns or Clan Boss or anything like that. Like, I think that's the problem. So I really hope that they address that issue. And I know that we haven't discussed that. And I didn't see any other content creators discussing that on their videos as well, too. So that said, go test the bosses out before you release it and make sure that it works as intended. Ken, where can people come and find you?
Final Kenpachi, both YouTube and the Twitch. We are streaming every single day, guys, at the Columbus Reset time. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm going to go with King next. King, where can people come and find you?
Twitch.tv/King_Copium.
Say the right
Awesome.
thing.
I almost said Copium King.
I'm
He
getting
got me,
there.
bro. He got- he
I'm
did
getting
me.
there.
You're in his head.
Working.
Zero, what about yourself?
Yep. Sunday, Tuesday, Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central Time. You can check me out on the Twitches and the YouTubes. Zero
Awesome.
Brew.
DK, where can people come and find you?
Twitch, and also on YouTube. Just trying to dip my toes back into that, learn how to do all that. But Twitch and YouTube,
Under what name?
DK Tenchero.
Okay. Gaston, what
Sorry.
about you?
Yeah, Gessel Gaming on Twitch and on the YouTubes. Now that I got internet that actually works, I will be putting the YouTubes back to work, and come check me out on both of them.
What
Awesome.
about
Are you gonna stream?
GG?
Soon, very soon.
Are you
I'm
gonna start streaming
waiting.
both
We
on
might
YouTube?
might actually be showing it off on the stream this week, guys. So if you want to come by, check it out.
Ooh.
I'm telling you,
Hey, if you're showing,
I'm
if you're
telling
showing
you,
it
I
off,
can't hype it enough. It is amazing. I can't hype it
if you're
enough.
showing it off, DM me. I want to be there for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, we just
Uh,
it may not be like live for people to go check out, but I might be able to show it off this week.
Okay. And PJ, what about yourself, man? Where can people come and find you?
MXPJE on Twitch and YouTube. Stream usually twice a day every weekday. Also been playing a lot of DBD, so if you like a little bit of variety, come check us out.
Awesome. Ken, what you got for a shout out for me, bro?
I like to shout out the Metaverse track. I believe he's streaming currently. Yes, he's still live. And he's also streaming Raid Shadow Legends friend, guys. He's been there on the community for a very, very long time. So I'm going to leave his channel link on the chat if you guys haven't followed him yet.
Awesome. Mr. King Copium.
My shout out today is going to go to Pogo Pink Tie. He gets the shout out quite a bit in here, and it's not for no reason. He just got out of the hospital not too long back. He's definitely on the mend. Please make sure you guys go in there, drop a follow, show some love, and I'll drop his link in the chat as well.
Awesome. Zero, what you got for a shout out for me?
Yep, gonna give some love to the Curse One. Just dropped his link in the chat as well. He is newer to the scene, but constantly out there grinding. So the Curse One. Give him some love.
Awesome. PJ, what about you?
Great shout out so far, guys. We're gonna be giving a shout out to Blue and Pete Phoenix. They're a duo streamer playing Raid. They're awesome, great vibes. They love live arena, PvE, PvP. Always chill over there. Definitely check them out if you guys not already.
Awesome. Gusto, what about you?
I'm gonna shout out an old timer, Big Head Mike BMX. He's been doing it a long time. See him live right now. Go over there, give him a follow, check him out. Big Head Mike BMX.
Awesome. DK, what you got for a shout out for me, bro?
I got two. Is that cool?
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
All right. There's an up and coming streamer named Rapid Reamer. Really chill person. Family oriented man, you know. Good stream. Would like some help pushing his account. So any information, if you guys hop in and see that, he'll be more than welcome to.
He dropped.
And then my second one, what was that?
Can you drop the links in the chat? Do you have any links?
Yeah, I'm gonna drop links right now.
Perfect.
Another one's gonna be Debo Dragon. Really good guy. He's a spender, like most of us, some of us. Cop. But yeah, he's been doing getting back into doing Twitch and stuff. Really good dude, and he pulls shards all the time. So if you guys want to see that, good guy to watch.
Awesome. I'm going to shout out Mr. Final Campachi, guys, because I don't think we understand how late it is for Ken right now. I mean, if it was my time where Ken is right now, like it's like what, 11 o'clock, almost 12 for you? Like
Yeah.
that's real commitment to this. And we're going to be possibly exploring the changes to see if we can make it a little more easier for him with the daylight savings times, trying to make that a little more accomplishable for him. Because we love him and we want him to be here. But if that was me, man, I'd be night at like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So big shout out to Mr. Final Campachi staying on and giving us all of this knowledge.
Ken's young. He's so fine. You're old, Blaze, and it's okay.
Whoa. That's an inappropriate. That's an
Gang's on.
inappropriate one.
He's trying to do the creepy art hands. He'll get it one day.
I thought he was trying to do something else, but that's okay.
No, you have a dirty mind.
Do I?
Thank you, man.
You're the one that said you wanted Mary to be your waifu.
I mean, that's normal too. It's human nature. So.
That said, we are going to raid out to Mr. Pogo Pink Tie over on the Twitch side. Guys, thank you all again for joining us on this wonderful Sunday afternoon. Thank you for joining all of the nights here. We hope that you have a wonderful weekend, start off a wonderful week, and we will be back again next Sunday, same time, 2 p.m. EST, answering everything that's going on in Raid, discussing anything that is bad or good, and giving our thoughts. As always, guys, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other. Okay.